It causes both sides to lash out in an escalating war of offenses, accusations, hurt feelings, and embittered reactions. If you feel misunderstood and treated unfairly, realize the other party probably feels the same way, because again, this thing moves back and forth. So when you have that feeling, take a moment to put your feelings aside and get a sense, does the other person seem to feel misunderstood and treated unfairly? Because that's going to be one of your clues. Oh, this thing is at work, swiftly moving back and forth. Where are we? So 1 Peter 5:8 says something important. Be of sober spirit. Be on the alert. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. Or I love the 96 New Living that says seeking a victim to devour. This is an insight to Leviathan and one of the minions of the enemy, and also a key to standing against it. Be of sober spirit. In other words, don't let yourself get caught up in the escalation of outrage and offense as this thing goes back and forth. Because what you're going to see, and we'll talk about this more later, is it doesn't just swiftly dart back and forth between the two people that start it. It will dart anywhere and everywhere it can. So like say you say something that it creates misinterpretation, misunderstanding, and causes me, or I allow it to cause me, I choose in its grossness to think the very worst about not only what you said, but why you said it. Then all of a sudden, I'm going to get on my phone and say, you would not believe what so-and-so just said to me. I thought they were a good Christian. I thought, well, they're obviously not. Let me tell you how horrible they are. And now this person takes up an offense on my behalf. And now Leviathan can dart between 3 people, right? Or even more, because maybe the person who's taken up the offense on my behalf is now telling other people, they're like, oh my gosh, poor Robert Hotchkin. I can't believe so-and-so said that about him. But then it's also happening on the other person's side. They're getting on the phone and saying, hey, you wouldn't believe what a horrible person Robert Hotchkin is. He said, he's presented as this leader in the body of Christ. Well, let me tell you what he's really like. Let me tell you what he said, and let me tell you horrible things that I'm now getting this clear discernment about him. And then they're taking up an offense on their behalf, and then they're getting on every social media feed and flaming me, and then all the people are seeing it. Now Leviathan is swiftly darting back and forth between dozens and dozens and dozens of people, and it's being empowered as it goes, because it's being empowered by all the offense. We'll see that in just a minute. It's being empowered by all that. So we need to be aware this thing roams around. Remember that enemy is the father of all of its minions, right? They're made in his image, in his fallen image. He didn't make them, but he does rule over them, and they embrace his culture. So one of the things we need to do is realize that some of them, especially Leviathan, is one of his roamer spirits, one that roams about like a lion, looking for people not just to devour, but it can get caught up in an escalation of anger, offense, bitterness, outrage, and negative words that will fuel it.